Whoa, 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 what's this, Thomas? Is it going to be yet another video about road bike? Nope, don't worry that much. It's about the Evoc Pro bag, large one, which I've been using for a few years already. As I created a few videos about this bag in the past, sometimes I receive questions how it's doing, is it worth it, etc. So in this video I will cover a few quick things, how it's being holding up after 2 years intense usage. So far I had more than 10 flights, probably around 15 in those 2 years. So instead of constantly answering those questions, I will cover those few things. When it comes to bag, it's very important that it would be easy to transport it from place A to place B, not only in a single piece as a bike, but just move it along the way. There are 2 wheels at the rear and there is 1 removable at the front. It's very convenient, you can easily put it in, roll the bike. It requires a bit getting used to it because when you pull it from the side or from the front handle, it kind of tries to change directions a bit, and if you need to turn, usually I just feed like this and it changes direction easily. Also, when rolling, in order to change directions, you can pull it a bit and it changes quite easily, as you can see. Now, when the time comes to drop off the bike, you just push this down, there is a side pocket, insert that wheel, that's pretty much it about it. When it comes to moving the luggage, it's extremely good. The rear wheels are spinning almost by themselves. It doesn't require too much effort to pull the bike around the place. Carrying it, there are various handles from both sides, so from one, from the other. You can also pick it this way. So transportation wise, moving around wise, it's ideal. Now, when it comes to not as ideal places, I would mention this one. Even though it's the front of a bike, probably it's not that much of an issue, but still I don't like that deformation much. Something could be added here in order to support it better. And the reason why it holds and in those places is that there are those probably plastic. Insert those, push them down. That's how, in general, the luggage stays in place. Those areas are fine. This one, after 2 years of usage, doesn't seem to be holding really well, but again, because it's the front of a bike, maybe it's not that much of an issue. Here it touches the fork top. That's what I have noticed. That's the only issue in terms of the damage. There are also maybe a few more here where you can see some scratches and the skews are no longer there, but it still holds and I don't see any other issues with it. Other thing is that it's soft shell, meaning that aside you can get direct hits to the bike. Is it a concern or not? It's up to you to decide. For me, it's not of an issue. Here are the wheels, so they're basically protecting your rear triangle. Well, protecting maybe it's not the best said, but at least your frame is not directly affected. Whether you can damage the spokes, it depends. Here are 2 tubes which are actually protecting your rims from direct hits, but is it possible to damage the spokes? I don't know. So far, no issues, so I'm not going to elaborate on it any more longer. Normally, probably I shouldn't do that, so I will stop doing this. When it comes to the main pocket here, usually I add zip tie. Oops. Is it needed? Is it not? It's up to you to decide. I add it just because if someone decides to have a look inside, it would be a harder time for them to do that. There are axe-like end plugs of them and they can connect each other, so that way the zipper is protected. There's also here potentially a place where you could add some lock or a zip tie. I will show you the side pocket where the rim belongs. So it's behind these simple doors. Those tubes protects your rim from direct damage, and this one is kind of hard shell to support your rotors. Usually I place the rear wheel from the zip side, so the cassette hits this cover, and that helps to fit the wheel easily on the other side because it's more complicated to put it there. Other than that, you can see that inside there are some holes already. This one is easy to damage, but the rim is in single piece. Usually I reduce the air in order to make sure that if someone asks, I can say without lying that yes, I did that. But because inside there is some sealant, I'm not removing it completely. The same doors are on the other side. I'm not going to show them. There are a few things how to successfully pack the bike into the Evoc bag, even though your bike successfully fits in the back without reducing your saddle height, because it's soft shell and usually it just fits very closely. It might get hit. To prevent that, make sure to drop it down a bit, so that way I am not causing any tension to that saddle, just in case someone is not too careful with it. Depending on the airlines, it's important to mention that some allows up to 32 kilograms, others 30, and forgot to open the bottle. That's how it looks like. It's nearing us one. In this travel, we've been traveling with Air Baltic and it allows only 25. So I had very limited amount of things to add. The luggage itself weighs around 10 kilograms. With the bike and the wheels inside, it adds around 21, and then it's up to 4 kilograms to add something else if the limitation is up to 25 kilograms. If it's more, you can bulk it up, but of course you have to be aware not to scratch your frame, and keep in mind that it just wobbles around. Personnel in airport not necessarily going to be very careful with it, so add stuff there carefully. Usually I carry few of the tools just to make my life easier if something unexpected happens, and that unexpected was removal of the wheel, cassette, brake rotor. For me, at least, it's easier. Think about it up front, pick some tools rather than then try to find someone who would help you with bike maintenance. At least based on my experience, it's more time efficient, probably potentially less expensive. The saddle do not allow me to insert to the bike. Here I had a backpack, the shoes, the helmet, spare tire, which is actually worn speed, but I'm going to do a video about it, so I made sure to bring it with me. That's pretty much everything which was added into the luggage. Handlebars are always close to the top, because I noticed there are some holes here from the brake lever. This time I moved it a bit down so it won't cause tension there. And always insert the plastic protectors into the brake calipers. I lost somewhere one of those. In front, I will just put some random piece of paper. The reason I'm doing this is to prevent accidentally squeezing the handle, and that way you would have to push the pistons back. So it's just for prevention. Everything else is pretty straightforward for these type of connectors, which hold bikes in place. At the same time, there are a few more which connects the bike directly to the other side of the compartment. The only thing which I haven't mentioned yet is that there's no protection for your forks, which could be because I knew that the handlebar is going to be very close to the fork. I added just my bibs. It did the job well, and it will still remain there. Last thing to mention is that when you are holding the bike on this inside frame, make sure to hold it beneath the fork. The headset won't come out loose. Some people also remove the derailleur. I may be a bit too lazy, and I'm not doing that at your own risk. There's a pocket where I normally add the pedals and the cap for the headset. There is one trick how to remove the pedals very easily. Turn your key from the side you are doing the action towards the rear wheel. From drive side, you would be pulling the key up, and from the non-drive side, because I have this, I will just turn it to the opposite side and it will do the trick. There are some stickers, and I also have some spokes there, just in case. The reason why I chosen the soft shell is to have the flexibility to reduce the size of it in order to store it, then not using it. You remove those plastic things from the sides, and you can see that it's already losing its shape, so it's as easy as it looks like. And that's how it almost destroyed. Except that we have on our wheel. Once that is eliminated and we remove those tubes, it's already becoming quite small. This is where it started to bend, but normally I bend it this way. It's not related thing. And those doors also has tubes which can be removed. I'm not going to finalize packing of this. There's still the bike on the frame, which I have to build up. Other than that, that's how it looks like after 2 years of using Evoc bag. Became quite efficient packing and unpacking everything. So hopefully it will give you a bit more understanding how it is to travel with this. To be honest, I can be happier. No complaints about it, only good words. So that pretty much sums it up. Where I came from this time, it was Catalunya bike race in Spain, as well as Roc d'Azur in France. If you're interested to see how the racing in those locations looks like, we're on boards in YouTube as always. What this one is, there's video coming about it as well.